Hi students. Okay, in this video, so we'd like to explain a question from the chapter differentiation. Okay, so let us start. Okay, let me read the questions and the diagram is already given for us. Okay, first I'm going to read the question for you. Okay, the diagram shows a conical container of a diameter. They give us diameter 1.0 meter and the height of 0.7 meter. The water is poured into the container at the constant rate of 0.1 meter cube per second. Calculate the rate of change of the height of the water level at the instant. Okay, the height of the water level is 0.3 meter. Okay, so now let us slowly try to understand question. Okay, first I just want to think in another way. Okay, assume that we don't know what to do with these questions. Assume that we don't know what we're going to do for this question. So I try to help you to grab the information out first. I try to help you to grab the information out, and then from the information we try to see what we want to find. So that's the easy way. Otherwise, some of the, not say some, majority of the students can't understand the question properly. Okay, let me start slowly. Okay, so this is the part. Okay, so I'm going to use the highlighter first to highlight the important information here. Okay, the first thing I understand here is about this second statement. Okay, look at this second statement. The water is poured into the container, okay, at the constant rate of 0.1. Okay, actually class, if you understand this, I think you already have one information with you. You already have the one information with you. Okay, let me show you what is the information. Okay, class, when you talk about water, okay, water is always talk about volume. Water is volume, right? Water is volume. Water is volume. Okay, water is volume. And the rate here is actually rate is a time. Okay, the rate is a time. So now we already have a water and with the time. The water and the time. Okay, the water and the time will give you, water is volume, right? So it's dv over dt. So why is dt? Because rate is involving time. So water is volume, rate is the time. So we can write as dv dt. Understand? dv dt. Okay, some student telling me, sir, sometimes I couldn't understand what is the water stand for. Okay, never mind. If you can't understand the meaning of the water or the rate, you can see the unit given here. Can you see the unit here? Is meter cube per second. What do you mean by meter cube? Meter cube is represent volume. Second is represent time. So that is a dv dt. Understand? Okay. So now I can put dv dt as 0.1 meter cube per second. Okay, a second information asking by student, sir, is that positive or negative? You see, class, you are pour the water into the container. You are putting the water into the container. So what will happen inside the container? The water level will be increased because you are putting the water, right? You are pouring water inside the container. The water level will be increasing. So whatever things are increasing, the value is positive. Whatever things that decreasing, the value will be negative. So make sure you understand all this. So I already managed to get the first information. Okay, done, huh? Okay. My second information, I want to see the question. I want to see the question first. Okay, let me move on into the question first. Okay. The question is calculate the rate of the change of the height. The rate of the change of height. The rate of the change of height. That means the question asking us calculate the rate. Here, can you see the word rate here and the word height here? Okay, I think the rate, you know about rate is time, height is the age. So we need to find what is dh dt. dh dt. So this is our question, class. So this is our question. So question asking to get dh dt. dh dt. Okay, fine. So now another information that is straight away given for us this. Can you see this formula? Okay, this formula, you have to use this formula and differentiate this formula. Okay, I'm going to take out the formula for you here. So I'm going to take out the formula. The formula is let's say is V. V stands for volume, right? V, volume is 1 over 3 pi r square h. Class, first problem. We cannot differentiate this. Why we cannot differentiate this? Because we have three unknown. You see, we have V, we have R, and we have H. We cannot have three unknown. We cannot differentiate any equation with 3 unknowns. Your level is not until that. Okay, so you have to substitute any of these unknown with you need to substitute, replace the unknown, right? Okay, now if you look at this question, the question asks for dh. That means we need to differentiate the h. So that means you have to remove the r. So that's your idea. Understand? Huh? So that's your idea. That's why I asked you to keep this one so that you have reference for you. So now we need to substitute the r. We need to substitute the r. Okay, for that substitution, I'm going to use this idea. Okay, look at the diagram. Okay, if you look at the diagram, given is the diameter and the height already given, right? It's already given. So I'm going to draw a small triangle like this. Okay, this triangle where this is the diameter, this radius, and this is the height. Understand? Okay, so I'm going to take out the what you call the triangle for you here. Okay, where this is your radius. So the diameter is 1.0. That means your radius is going to be 0.5. Okay, 0.5. Okay, this is the radius of the inside one. You can go back here. You see, this is the radius, right? This is a small radius, and this is the height of the what you call this cone, this small cone, right? Okay, got it? Okay, now the height here, the total height here, the height here is 0.7. 0.7. But the small height here I put as h. Okay, I put as h. Okay, class, what you can use over here is we can use this idea of the similar triangle. Similar triangle. Okay, many of the students don't understand the meaning of the similar. Okay, listen. Similar means we can write in a proportional method. That means this r is proportional to this value of r here. Understand? And this h is proportional to this one. So they have the same value of the proportion. Understand? Okay, so what I'm going to do here. So this r, I'm going to write here, listen, r over 0.5. R over 0.5 equals to h over 0.7. Understand? Okay, so since I need to substitute the value of r here, so I need to express r here. So I'm going to take this 0.5, bring over here. 0.5 divide, bring over here is going to be times, right? So what is 0.5 over 0.7? 0.5 over 0.7, if you use calculator, is going to give you 5 over 7. 5 over 7 h. Understand, class? Okay, you're going to bring this 0.5 over here because it's divide. When you bring that side, it's going to be times. So 0.5 over 0.7 is going to be 5 over 7 h. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to substitute inside here. Okay, let us substitute. So 1 over 3 pi. So your r is going to be 5 over 7 h. Don't forget the square there. Another h is still there. Okay, let us simplify this, class. Okay, I'm going to use calculator. So I'm going to use calculator. I'm going to press 1 over 3 times with 25 over 49. Hope that you understand where is the 103. This is 103. And why this is 25 over 49? Because I square it, the whole thing. So 5 square is 25. Then 7 square is 49. When I multiply with my calculator, I get 25 over 147. Okay, pi and h cube. You know why it's h cube? Because here is already h square. This is h square times with another h is going to be h cube. Got it? So now I can differentiate this with the dv dh. dv dh. Okay, I think you know how to differentiate, right? You're going to bring this 3 in front here. You're going to multiply the 3. So when you multiply 3, you will get 25 over 49. Okay, pi. And your h, you need to minus, the index, you need to minus 1, right? In the differentiation, we need to minus 1. It's going to be 2. Understand? So done. Okay, but still we need to do one more thing. Look at this last information here. The water level is 0.3. That means this h is 0.3. This h is 0.3. Understand? The water level is 0.3. So my dVdh, so the dVdh here is 25 over 49 pi and your h is 0, given is 0.3 square. So what are you going to get here? So times with 0.3 square, you're going to get 9 pi over 196. Okay, class, I take 25 over 49 and times with the 0.3 square. So I get 9 over 196 and the pi I put on top. Okay, done, huh? Okay, this is our question, class. This is our question. The question asks us to find dH over dt. dH over dt. So I'm going to use a different color for you. So it's dH over dt. Okay, class, I need to form a chain formula. So dH, you can see a dH here, right? So I'm going to bring the dH, but I need to inverse this whole thing so that my h should be on top. So it's dH dV times, and this one times with this one is dV dt. Okay, the formation is very simple. You see dH should be on top and dt should be at bottom. So once the formation is already there, so you can use the idea of the chain formula. Okay, now I'm going to insert the value, class. Okay, since we already inverse the dH over dt, so this one need to inverse also. Don't forget to inverse. Is 196 over 9 pi. Okay, 9 pi times, and dV dt is this, the value of dV dt, 0.1. Okay, so can you see the value of the pi is already given here? So you need to use your calculator. I'm going to put 196 over 9 pi is I'm going to multiply with 3.142 and times it 0.1. So my final answer is 0.6931. So you just make it how many decimal place, class? Okay, the minimum you're supposed to give them is 3 decimal place. Okay, so hope that you understand this question. So I think that's all, class. Thank you. Have a nice day.